Hey guys, Rivet here. Welcome back to another episode of Cube World. We are back on a Wednesday. No stream, no missed times, maybe a little bit late. I don't quite know yet, but I hope everyone's enjoying themselves. And those of you that are in the United States, happy early Thanksgiving, because I know that tomorrow is the beginning of the festivities of the day that you eat turkey. And be thankful for all the things, so which is a lovely, lovely time. Lots of people getting together, hanging out with family. But today, it is interesting for me because actually tomorrow marks the 4-year anniversary of me starting this channel. Now, I did register it earlier than that, but my first main video that went on November 22nd, 4 years ago. So that's kind of weird. It's been a wild ride. It's been interesting. If you're new, and you don't quite know the story of like the back history of mine, I'll go over briefly. Those of you that have been around before, you know it. I talk about it a few times. So roughly 4 years ago, when I started my channel, I started it because my son asked me to. And if you don't know, my son and I, we don't live together. He lives with his mother. And I moved to Florida, and it was quite a distance away from him. So he asked me to start the channel so that he could hear me if he wanted to. And the other reason was that we were watching Paul Soares together, and we were quite into watching videos. And it was one of our things that we did together was watch YouTube. And he thought it would be fun for me to do it because he thought I was funny and he thought I could do it. So I used him as my inspiration to start the channel. That's what I did. I had my old laptop and picked up a blue snowball microphone, and away I went. And I didn't really have any set dreams or aspirations for what it was going to be. It was mostly just a way for me to communicate with my son. You know, that was just a very simple, basic option for it. Was you know, I was a long ways away from my little boy, and I wanted to keep in touch. And if he wanted to hear my voice or something, you know, it would be a way for him to do so. And then suddenly it kind of became a thing where it wasn't just me talking to my son. It was actually people were paying attention and watching my videos and stuff. So it was really weird. So I have a philosophy for this whole thing was I wanted to do something different. Never been truly 100% happy with my career choices and all that kind of thing. So on the verge of looking at going back to school. But then at my age, going back to school, it's a lot of money, and there's no real guarantees that it would pay off. Again, by the time I get out of school, and here I am at 50, it'd be like, you know, my opportunities for getting some of these careers is limited. So I thought, well, why not kind of invest my time in doing the YouTube thing and use it like university for myself and learn, teach myself a new hobby, new career type of thing. So that's what I've been doing. So for the last 4 years, I have put myself out there learning how to do video editing, learning how to do a bunch of stuff, and also pushing myself a lot. And I don't regret a decision at all. I love doing this. I've enjoyed very much the process of making videos, but the side effect of it is the one that I didn't expect was making friends and having lasting friendships with people online that I've never physically met in person. You know, Orgeron Kit and War Never Changes. Two of the guys in particular, I actually got to meet Armor Time last year. We actually met again in July because he lives up here in Canada. So, you know, we hung out and it works, and we're friends, you know, online and as well in person. Like, it just works. It's interesting that you can go from just being a voice online to actually making friends. And plus, so many people throughout the last 4 years have, you know, engaged with me and, you know, left comments, and I've had such amazing conversations with so many people, and it's been wonderful. So, you know, my grand experiment was going to be for the 4 years. I could go to school and you take a look at everything at that point. And it would be a time for me to, you know, take a look at what I wanted to do going forward. You know, was my experiment one that I liked? Like, did it work? Do I consider it a success? Was it a complete failure? And I don't think it was a failure. You know, sitting here at over 4,000 subscribers, I don't count that as being anything of a failure. I think that's shocked more than anything. I thought if anything, maybe like 1,000 subscribers would be a decent goal to look at for it. And then once I started to accumulate more and more subscribers, I was like, oh, okay, so maybe, you know, 1,000 a year wouldn't be unattainable. And here I am, you know, making 1,000 subscribers a year roughly, you know, and it's been more than that. I mean, I've made over 1,000 subscribers in, trying to think now. It started back up again in February. So in 10 months, I've gained about 1,200 subscribers. So, and that's just natural growth. There's no, I don't do any weird marketing. I don't make clickbaity things. I don't try. I ended up having that one YouTube, the one Cube World video, kind of go a little bit viral for me with 50,000 plus views on it. But that was me just saying that, you know, Cube World was back in my channel, and it kind of took off for a lot of other different reasons. But, you know, other than that, it's been, you know, kind of normal. I try not to follow trends. Like, I know that, you know, the people getting into the Fortnite and all these other games and, you know, making their way. But if I did those things, it would not be true to myself. I'm not that kind of person. Pretty laid back, pretty chill. Not super crazy antics and energy. And I mean, I'm 50 years old. I mean, I'm not a freaking teenager anymore. You know, I don't yell and scream to get myself heard. I'm more of that subtle thing. It's like, hey, I'm here. You want to pay attention? Cool. If not, don't really give a shit. I'm cool. I mean, you know, I don't have anything to prove to anybody other than myself, and I think that that works for me. It definitely hasn't put any hurt onto what I do. Oh God. Okay. Well, they're coming out of the woodwork, trying to wreck my day. So yeah, if you guys were curious what my plans are going forward, this is it. Nothing different. Just going to continue doing what I do. Work a full-time job, and you know, when I have the time, I make as many videos as I can, and I love it. I love everything about this. I've always looked at this as a secondary job. You know, never considered it to be just a hobby per se. It is a hobby, and I get that, but I don't treat it like one. I try to put as much energy and effort into what I do, because if you don't, it just kind of sits by the wayside. And I've seen it too many times where people, you know, they love doing it and they don't get that instant gratification for whatever reason, and it wears off, and then they kind of get, you know, disillusioned and upset, and then they wander away. Number of people that I've recorded with and stuff that have more subscribers than I have that no longer make videos, you know, and I get it. I do. Burnout and everything else that happens within this industry, it's a real thing. And I don't belittle anybody for moving on. I get that, you know, and I absolutely 100% get it. There's been more than once in my time doing this that I've thought that, you know, I'm just done. Like, I've had too much. I overwhelmed myself way too many times. Then I just needed to step back, and that happened to me last year. After the hurricane in Florida, and moving, it took a toll on me. It took a major toll on me, and I lost a lot of my motivation. Got real sick. You know, I displaced myself. Wasn't happy with what I was doing. I got a job, you know, working in a call center. It was fun. It was fine. But, you know, I was getting myself back into doing something, and I still maintained the channel. I mean, I wasn't stepping away from it, but in the back of my head, like, I stepped away from Cube World for sure. I burnt myself out on it, doing daily for 2 years, and, you know, live streaming it on weekends. And, like, I put hundreds and hundreds of hours into Cube World then, and I hit a wall with it, and I got tired of it. And I just took a break. I made videos, but they're nothing that people wanted to watch. It was just me playing games for myself, and I'm glad I did it. It meant coming back to Cube World that much better. I mean, I did it on my terms. Like, I didn't bring it back because, you know, people weren't watching my channel, or I was like, I'd lost 300 or 400 subscribers in that time frame too. But it didn't demoralize me. I understood it. Like, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not doing the Cube World, and I'm not doing the same thing, so people aren't here, you know. And I'm like, but I'm still doing what I like. I'm not, you know, not hurting anybody. It's just me. Then when I brought it back, I was energized, and I was fine with it. And, you know, I go through my spurts, where I get the energy to do live streams and, stretch myself over on Twitch and do that. And I've got bees in my bonnet to do a bunch of other things. But my end game is not just the gaming channel. It hasn't been for a while. I want to branch out and do a little bit more. And I'm working towards that. And that's one of the things that is keeping me motivated, is that when I'm not working on this channel and Twitch and stuff, I'm actually working on something completely different. And I mentioned before that I'm looking at working on making myself a food channel. And I'm still working on it. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I never thought that it would be as difficult to learn something that foreign. Because here I am learning how to run a DSLR camera, how to edit videos differently. Like, it's not just gaming footage, this is real footage. And, applying filters to the images I've gotten, just a whole bunch of stuff. And then getting comfortable talking out in public. That's the weird part. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm running around trying to find where on these edge ones, sometimes you'll find the bosses, sometimes you won't. So I'm just kind of booing around, taking a look. I haven't seen him yet. I don't think we will. The ones that run on the edge, sometimes they do not spawn a boss for whatever reason. So as you can see, there's houses there, the buildings there that we've cleared through, there's buildings here, but no bosses. And usually the boss resides in the lettering here. But we've gone through that. We'll double check it. We'll do that little island one. But I haven't seen one, so I don't think we have it. And they usually go in a building here. Did I check that? Yeah, I did check that building. As far as I know, I did. We'll double check it. I'm 99% sure I did that. Yep. Yeah, we did. We cleared out this building, didn't we? Yeah, we did. I did that thing. I did the thing I needed to do. But yeah, I'm very happy with things. I'm happy with my channel. I'm happy with the interactions I have with you guys. I found new energy in different games this year, which I didn't expect. Astroneer has definitely motivated me a little bit differently. Falling back in love with Cube World was very nice, and easing myself into it. I'm enjoying the casual 2 times a week, just playing it, just enjoying it, just having fun with the game. And then, Chris shows up with some new mods for the game, and he's working diligently on making the game smoother for us. And that was one of my hurdles, is like, you get into the game after a while and it just lags. And the lag was driving me nuts. It's like, I'm sick and tired of this, and he fixed it. The other thing cool too is, if you guys, again, if you're not a member of the Discord, I go over some of the stuff that happens. We have a modding section in the Discord group, and Chris tends to poke around in there and post images and updates. And he talked about going into some of the server code, and he found airships in the game. That there was supposed to be, floating airships that you could have around in the game. He unlocked it and took a look at it, and he's got a little video, a GIF of it running around. He's posted it on Reddit, and it's amazing. Like, I just love the fact that we've got somebody here 5 years after the fact of this game last being updated, taking his time. He understands the how the game is compiled and everything, and he can read it, he can figure it out, and it's amazing. And I love the fact that this game draws people that way. And a steadfast, dedicated fan base on the game. Like, I don't know of any other game, personally, that has as dedicated a following with as little feedback from a developer as this. There's plenty of games that have a more dedicated following, but the developers are active. Cube World's Wale is basically a hermit that we never hear boo from. Occasionally, we might get the odd tweet, but it's like few and far between. But his interactivity with the community is negligible. But regardless of that, the game itself speaks for him, and we fall in love with the game. And I'm far from the only one that does that enjoys this. I'm one of the last that regularly plays it on YouTube, but I get it. I mean, I absolutely get it. There's no reason for people to enjoy it as much as I do. And again, I don't use this game the same way that I do anything else. When I play this game, it is. I'm done with the adventure of it. I enjoy goofing off. I enjoy little goals for myself, but that's the majority of what I've done for the past 3 years. of playing the game is just goofing off and making my own storylines and, you know, challenging myself in the game my own way. But I mean, the challenges Wally's put forth have been nothing. That he did the game and it's done. You know, it's I did everything I could within the first few months in the game. I was like, okay, so that's done. I've seen every biome. I've seen every dungeon type. I've killed every boss type. I've collected all the pets eventually. You know, it's just like, you know, it is what it is. But for some reason, I still get drawn into it and I still enjoy it. And it's become my sounding board. It's where I get to sit here, talk, vent. And that's what I like about this game, is it draws out that inner focus of myself. Like, I can sit here and I know when I sit in front of Cube World that my brain will just go on autopilot and just do, like, I just talk. It allows me to open up. It's like when you have that best friend that you can talk to. This is what this game does for me. Is it's become that friend that I can just say, you know, I had a real shitty day and I just want to talk. Cool? And Cube World's like, sure, come on in. Let's hang out. Play a game, you know. Don't worry about it. We'll wreck some things. You'll have some fun. And when you get done playing, you'll feel better. And it's done that. It's done it for me every time I play it. There's been days it frustrates me as well, but majority of the time, I come out of this game feeling very happy and very refreshed and ready to start again. But, you know, as they say, too much of a good thing. I'll never go back to doing daily on it. Not in this current state. So if you guys are curious and wondering, it's like, oh, is Rivet going to do it? No, I'm happy with the state of my channel. I like having a few games that I'm maintaining. I feel like I've become a little bit more focused, to my detriment. I know that. You know, there's like, not everybody's interested in Red Dead Redemption 2. Not everybody's been interested in Far Cry 5 when I did it, but I play these games for myself to the end. And the reason I record it, and the reason I play it this way, and the reason I make sure that I do it, is that I'm more prone to finishing a game if I make a series of it and I want to maintain it on YouTube. If I just go to play the game on my own, 9 times out of 10, I won't finish the game, and that's mostly because of the fact that I have so many games to play, and I was focusing so much on just, oh, here's new shiny, and I was, you know, streaming a little bit on Twitch, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to play this game over here, and I'm going to do this game over here, and I'm going to bring over the VODs, I'm going to do this, and it was just a complete mess in my head where I was so distracted with, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, most days I couldn't tell you what my agenda was. Doing 3 videos a day for a while there, that was kind of silly. I get told that 2 a day is insane, but this is easy for me. This is an easy balance. You know, I don't mind 2. 2 is good. 2 is my comfort zone. I'm good with it. And for now, I can maintain it. If it changes down to 1, would be the bare minimum I would ever do. But I don't see an issue. I'm taking on things I never do. What the hell? Why, human? Yeah, this is weird. I don't like lakes. I don't like trees. And what do? Both. Is that... Moves, what are you doing, man? Taking on crabbies all by yourself? I appreciate it, buddy. I love you for it. You know, just stir the shit pot, buddy. Make it happen. Yeah. So this is just me. Yeah, what the hell? What is with you? Where's your head? What the heck is wrong with him? Where's the bosses? I'm looking for one. I have yet to see the boss here. Which is weird. They usually stand out like a sore thumb. I mean, there's no reason why the boss wouldn't be here. I can't see it. Get it! Are we good? All right, what's going on here? Okay, maybe I just bypassed it. Oh, there he is. I see him now. Pew pew! We'll get him. There that should attract his attention. Stupid boss. Spitter. Of course he's a spitter. And he's going to be overpowered. So don't you sweat. I know what he's going to be like. I hate them. We'll just keep shooting at him. Take a potion when I need to. Potion. sicko moves. Well, we got him down to half, which is good. It's kind of funny. It's like you've got a water mage and a fire mage going head to head here, which is Spitter versus me. And you'd think that one would outweigh the other, you know, like exponentially, but it doesn't. We seem fairly balanced. Mages suck the battle though, but I mean he's the blue white +1. As an outside boss, this one is actually really doable. I got no issues with this. 102 XP, I'm good with that. Fire Spirit +51. They don't drop squat otherwise. Can we ride? Ride moves, ride. We can head into town. I think there was one here on the other side. So yeah, yeah, it's been fun, and I want to thank you guys. As always, the support on Cube World has always been outstanding, always been phenomenal. You guys have, for the majority of the time, whenever I've made, you know, my mistakes and my foibles and taken some time off, you guys have been there. You know, I come back after, you know, a little bit of a hiatus, and you're like, hey, Rivet's back, thanks. Or, you know, if I missed my video the other day, it's like, oh, your video came out late, thanks for making it. And it's like that kind of appreciation for what I do, and it revolves mostly around the Cube World community. And again, I mean, I've accumulated this community over years, so, and I get that. And I have a large, quiet community as well. I mean, a lot of people that watch and leave don't leave comments, but they leave likes and stuff. And I appreciate you guys as well. You know, if you're there and you feel neglected, please don't. I love every single one of you. The support has always been outstanding, and I mean that. Like, just by watching and engaging in itself and just liking it, that weighs heavy. You know, I look at that and I'm like, thank you. You know, I appreciate when that happens. You know, and you know, if you don't leave comments, I get it. I watch a lot of YouTubers and I don't leave comments either, because I don't. I have my, you know, my Rivet Head account. I have my own personal account, and I watch a lot of those guys on my personal account. But I feel kind of weird leaving comments. You know, even as a YouTuber, you know, where I talk to people all the time, I'm still shy. You know, I'm still like, this guy won't ever respond to me. Why would I bother? And I get it. You know. So, you know, we're all on the same page here, but regardless, and I'm sure it's the same way with those guys, they're just happy to have us watch to the very end of a video, and that's it. But I will leave things here. This has been an absolute blast. Challenged myself to do a couple of things that I normally don't do. I went in and took on a tree and a lake, all in the same episode. Woohoo! Lucky us! But once again, thank you everybody for your continued support here on the channel, on the series, and in Cube World in general, or just in general. Just thank you everybody for everything you've done. The last 4 years has been outstanding. Looking forward to many more years doing YouTube in whatever way, whatever shape it takes. I'm cool with it. You know, I don't know if this gaming channel, I don't think I'll ever stop doing the gaming channel at all. I like it. You know, I may focus more on other things down the road, but you know, for the 4 years I've done this, I have no complaints at all, like none. I've loved it. It's, you know, meeting all you guys has been phenomenal. But once again, I will see you guys in our next episode. You take care. Bye-bye.
This is a song for all